When the world sought to destroy God's people, He raised up a Savior among them. Through weakness, He showed His power. Through Moses, He revealed His promise, that no chain of slavery can stand against His will. A new Pharaoh arose in Egypt, one who did not know Joseph. He feared the growing number of Israelites, so he enslaved them, forcing them into hard labor. Yet the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied. Exodus 1:8-14. Pharaoh commanded that every newborn Hebrew boy be thrown into the Nile River, but every girl was to be spared. It was a dark and fearful time for God's people. Exodus 1:22. Amram and Jochebed, of the tribe of Levi, gave birth to a son. Seeing he was a beautiful child, they hid him for 3 months, defying Pharaoh's deadly command. Exodus 2:1-2. When she could hide him no longer, her mother placed the baby in a papyrus basket coated with tar and pitch, setting it among the reeds of the Nile. Pharaoh's daughter found him, and with compassion declared, "This must be one of the Hebrews' children." Exodus 2:3-6. Moses' sister offered to find a nurse, and by God's hand his own mother was chosen to raise him. Later Pharaoh's daughter adopted him, naming him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of water." Exodus 2:7-10. As Moses grew, he saw the suffering of his people. One day, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. In anger, he struck the Egyptian down and hid the body in the sand. Exodus 2:11-12. The next day, Moses tried to stop a quarrel between 2 Hebrews, but they asked, "Who made you ruler and judge?" When Pharaoh heard of the killing, he sought Moses' life, and Moses fled to the land of Midian. Exodus 2:13-15. In Midian, Moses defended the daughters of Rael at a well. Their father welcomed him, and Moses married Zipporah. He became a shepherd, tending flocks far from Egypt. Exodus 2:16-22. Years passed, and the Israelites groaned under slavery. Their cry rose to God, and He remembered His covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God looked upon His people with compassion. Exodus 2:23-25. One day, while tending sheep on Mount Horeb, Moses saw a bush burning but not consumed. God called, "Moses, Moses," and he answered, "Here I am." God revealed, "I am the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." Exodus 3:1-6. God said, "I have seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring them out." Moses trembled, saying, "Who am I to do this?" But God promised, "I will be with you." Exodus 3:7-12. To strengthen Moses, God gave him signs. His staff became a serpent. His hand turned leprous and was healed. Water turned to blood. Still, Moses feared, so God appointed Aaron, his brother, to speak for him. Exodus 4:1-17. Moses set out with his wife and children, staff in hand, returning to Egypt. Aaron met him on the way, and together they told the Israelites, "The Lord has seen your suffering." The people believed and bowed in worship. Exodus 4:18-31. Moses' journey from a helpless baby in the Nile to God's chosen servant reminds us that nothing can stop the plans of the Almighty. He preserved Moses, prepared him in the wilderness, and called him through fire to deliver his people. And the same God who guided Moses still works in our lives today. If this story has inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The World Unveiled, where history and faith come alive.